life's exam that you might have just been giving unexpectedly. Pop quiz, here we go. Okay. Sometimes that's how it is. But taking life's exam and then being like, okay, ooh, I did good in this area. I like how I handled that. Oh man, I got an F right here. In this area, I am very weak. Okay. Hi everybody. I need more. So let's just get right into it. All right, I don't know much more heavier topic than moving on from it, but we all have to do it at some point in our lives from something. And so we're just gonna get right into it and talk about what to do. Okay, this is like, imagine me not in pink and dressed. Imagine me in like a coach's, got my hat on. Okay, we got our black and white stripes. We got the whistle. Next time I do that. This is the guide. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is not the time to start. Like if you think about the saddest movie. For me, what's popping into my mind right now is The Notebook. I'm thinking about The Notebook. I'm thinking about them, like her in the rain, them talking. No. Think about that playing in your head. This is not that time to play that footage. This is not the playback time. Okay, this is not the time to have that on repeat in your mind. What we're gonna do is that's okay. It's okay. We are alive and we are trying, all right? We are alive and we are trying. So give yourself, first of all, some time to do that. There is a time and a place for everything. So if you want to start playing The Notebook in your head, it could be The Notebook, like, because that's like love, relationship, tragedy, trauma, drama, romance, okay? Or it could be something where, I don't know, think about something like The Office, or there's like something crazy that happens at work and it's like, crap, right? Don't keep replaying that. We're going to give ourselves a time and a place to replay it. So you need, is it, whatever it is it pretty big? Is it heavy? Is it like, man, what am I going to do? Are you feeling like that? You can't, like it just keeps coming back and you can't suppress it? Then that's okay. Take a deep breath. Do you need a half a day? Do you need a whole day to replay it? To do some self-care, to eat a certain kind of way, although I would not recommend, okay? But anyways, if we're not gonna have a whole day of sabotage, we're not sabotaging, okay? But if you need a day to process, to feel it all, to gather yourself, do that. Get your calendar out and write it down, even if it's like already today, like even if it's already occurred. Go ahead and get your calendar out and pin it in. Me day, processing day. If it's not a whole day or a half a day, processing hour, processing 2 hours. Write it down so that you've allotted the time that you're going to ruminate on it, marinate on it, write it down, journal it, all those things. And then once that time hits, whoop, that's it. And you know what? Now you can give yourself permission to move on with the day's tasks. If that's you have to get up and go work out, if that's you have to get up and go to work, you can give yourself permission to do that healthy in the same like system and like routine that you're used to. If you get up and you work out and you get your gear on and you like to coordinate, you got a certain workout that you want to do, you got to go to work, you show up to work normally a certain way. But something has happened, and so if you don't take that time, you might start to show up, and it might start to show up in those arenas. No. Go ahead and give yourself that time. Write it down on your calendar, or put it in your phone. Give yourself the time to think through it, to be angry about it, to be frustrated about it. And this don't mean in this time you need to work through every single thing, like in that 2 hours or half a day or whole day. That's not what this time is for. This time is just to feel it. Because I think in order to move forward and be better, to grow, to learn, you can't just move on and like not even address it, okay? Because then it could creep back up and you've not dealt with it. So what this time is for is just feeling it. Feeling the anger, the frustration, the why, the when, the how. Feel that. you're normally productive and you're normally doing your things, okay, take a beat. I'm gonna have to push that stuff back right now so I can just feel this, and not like feel it however you need to feel it. I'm not gonna say like don't feel it and like just be like, oh my God, the world is ending, because what I will say to that is it's all relative. When those thoughts do try to creep up, when it seems so heavy, when it seems like, oh my God, this is on replay, it's all relative. And what I mean by that is there is something that is likely worse than what you are experiencing. Even though you can be experiencing something pretty difficult and challenging, and it's like, I can't figure this out. What's going on? If you just think for a second, like if you just watch a movie or have watched the news or have listened in conversation, have you been a soldier in Iraq, like on a battlefield? Like, I don't even know what that's like. I can imagine it's much more frightening than I needed 2 hours. I need a half a day. I need a day, right? So not to make light of what you're going through, because it definitely needs and deserves attention. But I say that to say, to keep you from like going over the edge of like, oh my gosh, like, oh my God, there's likely something greater and bigger than what you're experiencing in that moment. And I say that with love and respect as always. Okay, so what this time is allowing you is just, it's not going to solve the world's problem in an hour, 2 hours, or half a day or a day. It's just going to allow you to feel it. And then once that time is up, say, okay, you know what, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., I'm going to not do the things I normally do. Okay, I still want you to brush your teeth and wash your face. But maybe you push it back. I don't know. But just sit. Just be. If you normally listen to this and you're doing this and you got your routine and you're preparing breakfast, just make a simple breakfast. You don't have to be all out. Grab an apple and a piece of toast so you can just process with that time. What it most importantly does is, because the day has to go on. Life has to go on. Birds still get up. Bees still do their bee business. Like, traffic is still going to be outside. The sun, praise to God, is still going to shine. The rain is still going to rain. Life is still going to go on, and you have to go on. That's what this is all about. That's what this whole thing is all about, is going on, moving on. But how do you do that? It feels heavy. It feels like, why? Like everything should just be perfect. It's not. What? I have to deal with this? No way. So that time, I believe, allows you and gives you permission, if you need it, to carry on, to get up and then go to work, to get up and then take care of your household or your kids or your pets or your dogs or your animals or your business or your career or your school. Like, I know that we all have things going on, so that time frame might look different for all of us, and probably will look different for all of us. But wherever you can fit it in, make sure you pin that time in. Like I said, it gives you permission to then go on, to then do your schoolwork, type your essay, or go to work and be clear. Because okay, I've already like thought about it. I don't have to just like keep leaving on replay right now, because I've already given myself some time to like process it and think about it. And then once you get that task done, or whatever your day entails that day, if you need to write it down again, likely you will. If it's something pretty heavy, write it in again. This gives you a space, a limit to think about it. The what, the how, the why, and to kind of solve it without letting it overflow into your day-to-day life. Okay, so that's my number one. Set aside time to feel it. It's important to feel it, because if you want to really grow, if you want to really change, if you want to experience better days, then like I heard once said, like in school you get the lesson, like you practice and then you take the test, right? Like you're practicing all semester for the big exam. But in life, you get the exam and then you have to decipher the lesson. What does this mean? Oh man, I missed this. This happens when I do this. Okay, why? How can I avoid that? How can I fix that? Like life, the exam comes first, and then it is up to you if you want to spend better, happier, days to figure it out. So what we're talking about is figuring it out, because you still got to go to work, you still got to eat, you still got to, whatever kind of work you do, whether that be school, whether that be on your own, whether that be working somewhere for yourself and for your family, you still have to, like, you know, do those things. So allowing yourself the time to feel it, to look at that exam of life's exam that you might have just been giving unexpectedly. Pop quiz, here we go. Okay. Sometimes that's how it is. But taking life's exam and then being like, okay, ooh, I did good in this area. I like how I handled that. Oh man, I got an F right here. In this area, I am how can I get strong? That's what this time is about. The next thing that is super important is to stop that movie, whatever your scene is that's playing in your head. To stop that is to remember what you have to do. It is important. Hold on. Okay. It's important to remember what you have to do. That helps you keep going, keep carrying on, and like not going overboard. So if you have to go to work, and for work you make your own food so you can stay fit, or like know what's in your food, or whatever the case is, save money. Okay, if you go to work and you prepare your own meal, then guess what? Say you go to work tomorrow and you take your own food, then that means you need to go to the grocery store first. You know, make a meal plan. Like, what are you going to be having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or for lunch tomorrow at work? That involves action. That involves taking your mind away. Not in like avoidance, but in just actual, like, you got things to do. You can't sit all day. You cannot sit all day and ruminate and process. You've got things to do. You've got a life to maintain. If you want to get to that 116 years, toughen up, buttercup, okay? Even when it's not so easy, because it's not always so easy, okay? But remembering those things and keeping it simple if you need to. I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to take my lunch. What am I going to have for lunch? Let me go to the grocery store. Then I'm going to need to cook. Those actions are going to take you out of what you're thinking about, and like, you know, you're doing something for yourself, you're positive. Keep going is what I mean by like my number 2, I guess. Keep going. Remember what it is that you are going to do and trying to do. Remember who you are. And something like that brings me to this, like number 3 that I wasn't thinking about. My mom has always said, even way before I understood this, hold your head up, shoulders back, and remember who you are. Head up. You hold your head up. That's what my mom says. And in those moments, it can be like, oh my gosh, okay, I don't like it. But when you do it, hold your head up. You're okay. You are alive. That's good enough right now. You can figure the rest out. Make the next best move. Make the next best decision, whatever that is. And while you're doing that, hold your head up. Keep your shoulders back. After you take that time, brush your teeth, wash your face, present yourself to the world like you always do, not as a cover-up, but as a reminder. This train still has to keep going. The train of, I've got somewhere to be, I've got something to do. I hate that happened. I'm going to be studying this on the side. I'm going to allot time to this exam, life's exam. But in the meantime, I've got things to do. I'm going to still show up as my best self. I'm going to still learn. And I believe, and you know, obviously, pray to God. After you take that time, even during that time, pray to God. Even when you don't know what to pray for, or you're trying to insert your own outcome or perception on like what you think should be happening, pray to God. Even if you don't know exactly what to say, thank you, God, that I am even alive to be able to think about this, that I still have breath in my lungs. Thank you, God, for helping me through this situation. Thank you, God, for helping me with the best outcome possible. Taking a deep breath. Keeping your head up and shoulders back. one day at a time, one foot in front of the other, making sure you set aside that time to feel it if you need to feel it, and then using that to allow yourself permission to carry on with your day. Anyways, I say that all with grace, love, peace, and mercy, because like, I don't think life is easy. It's not a cakewalk. I think you get what you believe. You can have what it is you believe. And so believe in peace, believe in better, believe in forgiveness, believe in hope, in improvement, self-love, all the things. Believe in all the good things. Pray, hold your head up, keep going. Thanks so much for watching. If you got any value from this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so this kind of information can be on the forefront of your mind, your day, your life. Because sometimes, like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's nice to get those reminders whenever you're going down your feed or whatever from something you subscribe to, and you're like, oh man, I really needed to see that. Like, I really needed to keep that in my space, in my environment, in my life. Because even when things are going great, sometimes things pop up and it's like, oh. So anyways, have a great day. Blessings. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye. I think that's all.